ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रभृतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Yeah, you can start from number 10. प्रयाणकाले मनसा चलेन
प्रयाणकाले मनसाचलेन
भक्त्या युक्तो योगबलेन चैव
भक्त्या युक्तो योगबलेन चैव
भुवोर्मध्ये प्राणमावेश्य सम्यक्
भ्रुवोर्मध्ये प्राणमावेश्य सम्यक्
सतं परं पुरुषमुपैति दिव्यम्
सतं परं पुरुषमुपैति दिव्यम्
यदक्षरं वेदविदो वदन्ति
यदक्षरं वेदविदो वदन्ति
विशन्ति यद्यतयो वीतरागाः
विशन्ति यद्यतयो वीतरागाः
यदिच्छन्तो ब्रह्मचर्यं चरन्ति
यदिच्छन्तो ब्रह्मचर्यं चरन्ति
तत्ते पदं संग्रहेण प्रवक्ष्ये
तत्ते पदं संग्रहेण प्रवक्ष्ये
सर्वद्वाराणि संयम्य
सर्वद्वाराणि संयम्य
मनोहृदि निरुध्य च
मनोहृदि निरुध्य च
मूर्ध्न्याधायात्मनः प्राणम्
मूर्ध्न्याधायात्मनः प्राणम्
आस्थितो योगधारणाम्
आस्थितो योगधारणाम्
ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्म
ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्म
व्याहरन्
मामनुस्मरन्
यः प्रयाति त्यजन् देहम्
यः प्रयाति त्यजन् देहम्
स याति परमां गतिम्
स याति परमां गतिम्
अनन्यचेताः सततम् यो मां स्मरति नित्यशः
यो मां स्मरति नित्यशः
तस्याहं सुलभः पार्थ
तस्याहं सुलभः पार्थ
नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिनः
नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिनः. धन्यवादः.
So in shloka number 11, yad aksharam, that imperishable, if you want to call it entity, that tattva, that all these wise people have studied, thought about, spent their lifetimes on. Sangrahena Pravakshe. I will tell you briefly. Okay, I'll tell you briefly. And then later in the 13th shloka, okay, Omityeka Aksharam Brahma. That Aksharam is Brahma, which he had said earlier also. But that Aksharam Brahma is Om. It's kind of interesting because Aksharam, indeclinable, imperishable, Nityam, unchanging. Okay, these are the meanings of the word Aksharam. And what is that Aksharam? Tell me, I'm very eager to know. I've come to study Bhagavad Gita. And then he says, it is Brahma. Oh, Brahma. I see. Aksharam is Brahma. Okay. Oh, where is that Brahma? What is that Brahma? Tell me more about the Brahma. That Brahma is Om. Okay. What do you get out of this? We don't get anything out of this, do we? See, we just learned two more new words. Brahma, I learned Aksharam. Then I learned Brahma. Then I learned Om. Okay. So that's how it appears. Okay. Om ityekaksharam Brahma. So Vyaharan Mam Anusmaran. Yah Prayati Tyajan Deham Sayati Paramam Gate. So the tattvam has been understood. So once the tattvam is understood, then these things make even more sense. And he is referring to that as Om, borrowing from Katha Upanishad. We saw that, and other Upanishads also. We saw that. And so today continues to explain how does one do this? Prayana kale katham. So what was Arjuna's question? Prayana kale sa katham nyeyosi niyatatmabihi. That was his question. So how he says. So okay, so let's see. Can't be a magic. See, we are all, thanks to all these movies and comic books and all these things and all the stories we've heard from our grandparents and parents. There's magic, some magic has to happen. And intense tapas you have to do. It's not ordinary, okay? You have to stand on one leg and this and that. And Dhruva did it at a very young age. So why can't I do a little, when I'm a little older also, I should be able to do it. So that's the idea we're given. So, but here Krishna, look at what he says. Ananya chetaha satatam yaha mam smarati nityashaha tasya aham sulabaha partha nityayuktasya yogina. Okay. Aham sulabaha. Hey partha, aham sulabaha. I'm looking at the shloka here and trying to do an anvaya. Aham sulabaha. Aham aptum sulabaha. Okay. To gain me is very easy. Very easy. After all this, he says it's very easy. Sulabaha. Labaha is to gain, and labaha, labh. And then sulabaha. Sukhena labhyate iti sulabaha. So, atra karma vyutpatti. So, I am easy to be, sorry, say. Okay. For whom is it easy to gain? See, easy to gain, if somebody says something is easy, something is difficult. We have to understand this first. Suppose somebody asks, basic algebra, is it easy or difficult? Basic algebra means addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Basics, basic algebra, not advanced algebra. Is it difficult or easy if you say? There is no absolute answer to that. You know why? Because I meet some people who can't do proper addition. Adults, I mean, they're working also. Properly, they are not able to add or subtract. Okay. Today's date is 7th. What will be the date 2 weeks from now? I asked her. She is having difficulty. Okay. So some addition, subtraction, some problem is there. And sometimes she does it okay, sometimes she does not do it properly. So there is some problem there. But the majority of the people are going to say this is very easy stuff. Why it's easy? Because it is, if they have been taught, even the easy stuff has to be properly taught. Correct? Whatever is easy also has to be taught, and they were taught properly, or they somehow picked up in the right environment, etc. They picked up. They had to learn 1, 2, 3, and all. You have to learn. A child can may be able to say what 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, see, my son is repeating all these mantras. We're all very happy when our children repeat all this. And then, but then the child really doesn't know what this 1, 2, 3 and all this. So that once the person is taught, then it's easy. Background is needed. That background should always be there for anything. Therefore, this word easy and difficult is very highly contextual. Highly contextual. They say these kids are all operating on these smartphones and they know everything. You don't. In fact, adult should not come in the way. The adult is thinking, oh, he doesn't know. She has to be taught. No, no, no. She is Dada's Dada. She will teach the entire world. She knows everything that is there. More than what you know, she knows. Okay. So that's how it is. So tell me who it is easy or difficult. You give this phone to senior citizens, and my parents can't operate this phone. They have no idea how to operate it. They're struggling even to when the phone call comes to turn on the phone, it's difficult. Just you have to slide. The idea of sliding itself, it's not. They're not coming yet. So what is difficult, what is easy? We don't know. So here he says, Tasya aham sulabha partha. Tasya, he uses that word tasya. Okay, for that person, I am easy to be gained. So the rest of the word is basically explaining that word tasya of that person. Okay, what kind of person it is? Uh, Yo mam smarati. Yo mam smarati. One who remembers me. We've seen this many times now, Anusmaranam, etc. We've seen it. So Yomam Smarati, one who remembers me. I mean, these are all translations. One who now knows me as something to be gained, as something to be focused on, as something that will give him nityatvam, because the person has recognized that the world is anityam. World is needed for the sustenance of the body. World is needed, but for Atma, this world cannot give me what I am looking for. Even the body cannot give me what I'm looking for. Even the body cannot give me. Correct? That is the beauty of that here. And so following dharma, and I come to a point where now I no longer keep taking from society. I give more and more, more and more, more and more, and by giving, I all the differences start diminishing. Differences start diminishing. Previously, the differences were important to me. Now the differences start diminishing. It has to diminish. Only then Ishwaratvam will become magnificent. It will just shine. Only when the differences drop off. That's why seva, we always say, do seva, do seva. Whatever, whoever, wherever you can help by yourself, by joining a group locally, wherever, just keep on doing so that those differences will start becoming less and less important. Differences will always be there, and it's important to recognize differences. But differences are not Satyam. They are all Mithya, correct? Differences should not diminish. You can't suddenly say, "No, I'm going to have some concrete for lunch." You can't say that, because everything, differences. I see no difference in it. I've met people like this. That's why I keep repeating all these things. And they go to some ashrams, they get brainwashed completely, and then say there's no difference. They're like zombies. They are sitting, and they don't know how to lead a proper life. I'm telling you. And I think they are the ones who discourage people from studying Bhagavad Gita also. I know that, because you see people like this, they're talking all these things, become totally impractical. And so differences are diminishing means it means differences are mithya. That is the meaning of that. Okay, so nimitta matram bhava sabyasakshin, savyasachin, excuse me. Okay, and then prasada buddhi, ishvara arpana buddhi, etc. is there. And so then we also have to, our relationships also very important. Relationships, the emphasis we give to relationships have to reduce. Dharma is full and our commitment is complete, but relying on a relationship for Purnatvam has to slowly start dropping. Very important. And we can keep, that way we can keep any number of relationships. And I look at Swamiji, and the Swamiji knows so many people and talking to so many people, and the relationships are constantly there. In fact, he is the most related person, right? Any ashram you go, the Swami Sannyasi is the most related person. We are all bachas compared to them. We know a few people, a family, some members, 10 people. Some people are abroad, some people are here, and we make a few calls. Over. But this Swamiji knows so many people. How they can handle all this? They can handle all this because they are not depending on a relationship for their purnatvam. In fact, their purnatvam just flows into the relationship, and so it actually helps the other person who is relating to the sannyasi, to the swami. That's how it works. And so for them, this doesn't matter. They can relate to any number of people, and so we have to keep that at the back of the mind. So yo mams marati, one who, with that attitude, one who picks me up, one who thinks of me as that Purna Padam. All along I've been thinking, I'm different, you are different. I'm father, your daughter, your son, your wife, your husband. All these things I've been thinking. These things have been taken to internalize too much, too seriously. I've taken them. Correct? They're all there. They're all important roles, and everybody's playing important roles. And father role is important. Mother role is very important. Very important does not mean absolute. Does not mean absolute. The person is a father. It's not absolute. If it were absolute, then he must be the father of everybody else also. No, he's not the father of everybody else. He's the father of only these two people. That's all. They say those days, we two, ours two, they used to say. I used to remember when I was a kid, they used to put it all over in the everywhere, buses and all, they used to have that. We two, ours two. And so family planning and all they were saying. So anyway, so that's it. I'm father only to these two people. That's it. Then what? If I was father, then I can't be friend, I can't be brother, I can't be son. Hey, how can I be so many different people at the same time? Well, that is because it is only a hat. I'm wearing a hat. It's a role. This is a very important thing to. We bring it up every meditation. Often we bring it up. We should bring it up. Role. We don't need any advanced meditations. Really, I feel like this. There are advanced meditations. Okay, there are many things. Okay, but then this role-based meditation. Role-based. I am. The role is me. I am not the role. That's it. This one line, if you keep and you meditate on it every day. What are the roles I'm playing? I'm playing mother role, father role, sister role, brother role, son, daughter role. Okay, these are all roles. These are all roles. These are all roles. I have certain, every role has a duty. The problem of the role cannot become my problem. Yeah, role has challenges, correct, and the challenges have to be addressed, correct. But I am free. Can I say I am free despite all the problems of these roles? Is it possible? That we have to ask. Okay. So, and so, your mom Smarati. So, the friend is asking you, what are you doing? I'm watching. I'm watching the majesty of the ocean. Look at this ocean. I'm just mesmerized. And then he goes away. Then a wave comes to you and says, I need your help. I need your help. I want to reach the ocean. I want to reach the ocean. I want to go to heaven. I want to reach ocean. The wave says, what will you do? What kind of help can you provide this wave? The wave wants to see the ocean. So you have to take a Vedanta class. Okay, come. I have a couple of hours, so I'll teach you some Vedanta. This is what you have to do. No other choice. And so that wave has to be told, wait a minute, calm down first. Calm down. And then the lecture has to be given. You don't have to see the ocean. You are born of the ocean. You are sustained by the ocean. You are in the ocean. In fact, ocean is all water. You are also water. Essentially, there is no difference between you and Ishvara ocean. Like this lecture, you have to start giving. And then the wave says, you are my Guruji now. And so the Guru wave. Now you means wave. So only a wave can teach a wave. Human being cannot teach a wave. Only a wave can teach another wave. Because that's how it works. So you have to put a mind, human mind in these two waves. And then the one becomes the Guru wave, another the Shishya wave, and then they are talking to each other. Now the wave gets enlightened. So this is Puja Swamiji's example. He will dramatize it. He is very good at dramatizing this. We used to enjoy all that. We are missing all that when Swamiji is not there. But so that is how it is. Therefore, the wave is related to another wave. And the wave is related to so many other waves. The wave has to be told, you know what? These relationships are there, no doubt. And they were all born, no doubt. And you have to discharge your duties to these other waves. But then these relationships are all temporary because wave itself is temporary. What to talk about relationship between two waves? And therefore you can't take this seriously. But if you want another relationship, I'll tell you what the relationship that is more permanent, and that is the relationship between the wave and the ocean. That is the relationship that is always going to be permanent. And that relationship, smaratu, yo mam smarati, think of that, think of ocean. Krishna is saying, think of the ocean. Ocean is telling the wave, think of me. Means this is the relationship that is permanent, that's going to be permanent. So the vyashti wave, the samashti ocean, the microwave and the macro ocean is there. And so what can be the relationship between these two? Okay, you have to ponder over that. And so that becomes the pursuit for this wave. And likewise the jiva also has to be told, hey, this relationship between two jivas, it is there for a purpose. It is there for a purpose. And what can be that purpose? The purpose is, I grow in the process of relating to people. I grow. Without the relationship, we cannot grow. Not possible. It's not possible. And we, as an isolated entity, we cannot grow. And number one, that is from a spiritual perspective. But anyway, relationship is there because all separate entities, two entities can always be related. And so I use the relationship for my own emotional and spiritual growth. Okay. And so these roles are therefore incidental. And I need to periodically come out of that role and then look at myself without the role. Look at myself without the role. Then only my true, then only who am I becomes clearer. Then those roles are, then professional roles are there, because now we have degrees and all that. That gives us some additional roles. I'm an engineer, I'm this, I'm a psychologist, I'm a social welfare worker, this, that. Okay. So that also is a role. That also is a role. And so, and what is the beauty is this? See, when I was thinking about this yesterday, I got something. Said, see, the father says, he's my son, let's say, he's my son. Okay. Then after many years, he says, he's my best friend. How? How can son become friend? If they are absolute? Then he says, gives a lecture. I think son, father, and the relationship has to grow, and it should flower. It should, then the two should become friends. No longer father son relationship. It should be all friendship, all openness. You should all be very open. Okay, good. I'm glad you recognize that. And so that that tells me that the role is so impermanent. We are constantly switching roles. We are ready to switch roles also. And so, without being carried away by roles, ananya cheta, without being carried away by those roles, anya chetas, chetas is mind, manas, okay, and then anya chetas means a mind that is wandering around thinking of many things, anya, other things, other than what? Other than Ishwaraha, Mam. So that person is called Ananya Chetas, Ananya Chetaha, or here plural, Ananya. Is this plural or singular? Let's see. Yomam Smarati, he says. So it is singular. Ananya Chetaha is singular, okay? And that's because it is uh, Sakaranta Pullingam. Chetas, Sakaranta Pullingam. So Nachiketas is the Achiketaha is the singular. Okay, Sakaranta Pullingam. So there are three types of Sakaranta Pullingam. We don't have to go into that. But Nachiketaha. So Ananya Chetaha is singular, even though it looks like a plural word. Okay. So Ananya Cheta, being undistracted, not thinking about all these other things, not thinking about mithya all the time. Think about Satyam. That is called Ananya Chetaha. And so that Shruti is there constantly. Like the mother always, motherhood Shruti is always playing. Fatherhood Shruti is always playing. But Shruti is always there. Nobody, she doesn't have to be told you're a mother. No time. Even if she's playing all the other roles, that one Shruti is constantly there. Okay. So like that, different example for mother. Previously, mother example I said, and mother role has to be given up, I said. Now I'm using the same mother example to tell that the constancy of that vision that is there, attitude, that view, that I am mother. Okay, that role is always there. Like that here also, that Shruti is there in the back. Ishvara Shruti, Ishvara Dhyana Shruti is always there. Like in music, Shruti, music. This music means suddenly something else came. By the way, one joke has come. The Swami Atmatirthanandaji, right? He gave a talk recently to us, and he was explaining a composition of Puja Swamiji. And then some context came and he said, you know, if you know to sing, if you can appreciate music and know to sing also, then you are blessed, totally blessed. You are Tansen. Tansen was a singer some 500 years ago, 1500 or something. He was in some uh, Raja Ramachandra's Singh court, I think that was the king, and he was a singer. He became very famous, etc. Tansen. He had another name, some something else, Ram Tanu or something like that. Anyway, Tansen. So if you know how to sing, great, you are Tansen. But then suppose you can't appreciate music, at least okay, you don't know how to sing, that is okay. Many people don't know how to sing, but you can't even appreciate music. Then what? You're not Tansen, you're insane, it seems. That is Swami's joke. So Tansen or insane. So that is, by the way, nothing to do with our Vedanta. Shruti, it all came from the Shruti. Ishvara Dhyana, Shruti is there. Now, how long should I do this? Satatam. Satatam. Okay. Yomam Smarati Nityashaha. And then Ananya Chetaha Satatam. Okay. Let's look at Satatam first. Okay. Satatam means continuously without a gap. Without a gap. Continuous. Just like how long, how much should I meditate on my motherhood? Continuously, without a break. Okay, so if there is no time when you can say, no, I don't know what is all this about. You can't say that. So like that, continuously, without a gap. And so, Puja Swami says, he brings in Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, and even teaching and all he brings. That continues. Teaching also. There is a shloka. Tat kathanam tat chintanam cha अन्योन्यम तत् प्रबोधनम एतदेकपरत्वं च ब्रह्माभ्यासम विदुर्बुधाः. Like that, there is a shloka that comes to me suddenly. Tat kathanam. So the satatam is continuous. Tat kathanam, you have to talk about it. And then tat chintanam, you have to think about it. Okay. Anyonyam tat prabodhanam. Whoever is there, if you are able to lecture, talk, yeah, talk about it. Okay. Tat chintanam. Then etad ekaparatvam. This is the only thing somebody does. That person is a, it's this activity is called brahmabhyasam. Like that the shloka says. Tat kathanam tat chintanam cha अन्योन्यम तद प्रबोधनम एतत् एकपरत्वम च brahmabhyasam viduhu buddhaha. Like that, I was reminded. So anyway, that's satata, continuous. Okay, and then but then there is another word here. Yo mam smarati nityashaha. This word nityashaha also, they translate as always. Always. Satatam also seems to be always. Nityashaha also seems to be always. So Satatam continues without a gap. Okay. Nityashaha. This shash pratyaya is there in Sanskrit. It can mean two things. It can mean abundance, plentiful, plenitude. Okay. Or it can be shortage, absence of. Okay. It can mean limitation of. Both it can be. Okay. But यहाँ पर तो nityasha means abundance. Let there be abundance of. Abundance of. So for a length of time, Puja Swamiji says, for a length of time, you have to, smaranam has to be done for a length of time. Like Shravanam, we are doing for a length of time you have to do. How long should I study? How long should I meditate? Until I don't need to meditate. Correct? Until I don't need to study. How long should I study mathematics, basic algebra? How long should I study? Until it's all internalized. No need to study anymore. No need to keep on saying 2 times 1, 2, 2 times 2, 4, 2 times 3, 6. No need to do all that. Why? Because it's over. It's internalized. I am that. I'm not different from that. Okay. So, Nityashaha means what? Always, you can say always. For a length of time, Puja Swami helps us that way. Okay. So, that's the difference between Satatam and Sulabhaha. I mean, Satatam and Nityashaha. And then what? Tasya aham sulabhaha partha. We saw that for that person, I am easy to accomplish. We know very well that whatever we value, we go after it. And then that becomes natural to us. It becomes easy to accomplish, becomes natural. Correct? And money is a good example. Money. You have investors, anything, anybody whose eyes are on the money. Eyes are on the money. Hey, this is an interesting phrase. I think there is a phrase called eyes are on the money, right? Eye on the money or something? Is there a phrase like that? Anyway, I don't remember now. Suddenly it strikes me. And so good example is money all the time. And so especially the people who are, they call themselves investors. And I suppose you can't be an investor unless you understand money properly. You can't understand money inflow, outflow, supply, demand, you know, all this valuation and this and that. And so that person is very clear about money. Doesn't need any introduction. You have to, money, 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 money. Okay, that is his life. Okay, so that is an investor. So these people like that, one who values whatever one values, that person becomes that. So if I value this, if I value Bhagavan, Ishvara, and then Jiveshwara Aikyam, Tattvam, then that is what will happen. There is no choice. Even Bhagavan does not have a choice. How? Can't have a choice. That's why Swamiji used to say, you can't change another human being. Okay? You cannot change. No, so I'm a bhakta. I will take Krishna's help and then change somebody else. It's not possible. Even Krishna could not change Duryodhana. After all this game, this, and Krishna also said he became an ambassador. I'll be an ambassador. I'll just communicate whatever Arjuna you want to tell Duryodhana. I'll do that. But don't ask me to do any more than that. I give up. Just give up. Krishna also cannot change another human being. A human being cannot change another human being. But then, if a human being decides, I am going to change myself, then Krishna also cannot stop. Cannot stop me from changing. Maybe he'll be happy. Yeah, great. Let's go for it. So like that. So therefore, aham sulabha partha, for that person, and tasya, and kasya, who, for whom is that easy? He uses two words here, nitya yuktasya, and he says yoginaha. Both are shashti ekavachanam. Okay, so nitya yuktaha, that person, one who is a yuktaha, one who has grown through yoga, karma yoga, maybe a little bit of jnana yoga, not much, because here he's talking about uh, punarjanma, etc. Means the krama mukti. Therefore, for that person, I am easy to gain. And then yoginaha, for that yogi, for that for that nishkama bhaktaha, for that upasaka, okay, I am easy to accomplish. That upasaka siya. Okay. So I think we've covered all the words here. Partha, hey Partha. So let's translate this. O Partha, comma. O Partha, the one who has a mind, the one who has a mind that sees no other, that sees no other, comma, who remembers me constantly for a length of time, who remembers me constantly for a length of time, comma, okay, for that yogi who is always united with me, for that yogi who is always united with me. Okay, literal translations. Okay, comma, I am easily gained. I am easily gained. Full stop. O Partha, the one who has a mind that sees no other, comma, who remembers me constantly for a length of time, comma, for that yogi who is always united with me, comma, I am easily gained. Okay, everybody got that?
Ekmaji, last word, I am easily, what does that mean?
accomplished, gained. I'm easily gained. I'm easily reached. Reached within quotes, obviously, right? Okay, next one. Who's next?
Mahesh ji is there, but video is there.
Okay. So,
Then Meera ji.
Yeah, I can come. I'm on video.
मामुपेत्य पुनर्जन्म
मामुपेत्य पुनर्जन्म
दुःखालयमशाश्वतम्
दुःखालयमशाश्वतम्
नाप्नुवन्ति महात्मानः
नाप्नुवन्ति महात्मानः
संसिद्धिं परमां गताः
संसिद्धिं परमां गताः
मामुपेत्य पुनर्जन्म
मामुपेत्य पुनर्जन्म
दुःखालयमशाश्वतम्
दुःखालयमशाश्वतम्
नाप्नुवन्ति महात्मानः
नाप्नुवन्ति महात्मानः
संसिद्धिं परमां गताः.
संसिद्धिं परमां गताः.
So, Arjuna's question, 7th question. An prayana kale cha katham jnayosi niyatatmabhi. Okay. That question has been answered from 5, shloka number 5 itself, right? Remember, what did we say? Shloka number 3 and 4 answered the first 6 questions. Then shloka number 5 starts answering the 7th question. Because it starts antakale cha mameva. Shloka number 5. So that answer pretty much concludes in shloka number 14. Now, 15 onwards, he is going to talk about 2 types of goals, shall we say, 2 types of goals, 2 types of things, the 2 possibilities. We already know what are the 2 types of goals. What are those? Prayas and Shreyas. 2 types of goals. Prayas, Dharmartha Kama, Shreyas, Moksha. Prayas, material, maybe. Shreyas, spiritual. Sometimes these English words lose, okay? And then what else? Prayas, para prakriti, Shreyas. I mean, prayas, apara prakriti, and then Shreyas, para prakriti. Okay? Both are Ishvara, okay? Okay, both are, there is not, you can't, there is no, you can't divide things up. But my goal can change. My goal can change. So these are the 2 things he's going to talk about. And this prayers, dharmartha kama, what is the problem with prayers? Why are you so negative, Guruji, you know? And we are trying to enjoy our life, and then you're constantly saying this is prayers and this is mithya and this and that. You're discouraging us. Okay. Hey, we already talked about the 3 limitations of this dharmartha kama. What is that? First limitation is what? It is dukkha mishritatvam. Dukkha mishritatvam. Always comes with dukkha attached with it. Thali. It's all thali. Everything comes in one plate. You may not like certain things, but still you get it. And that is why in some of these functions, they make some sweet and then they make some bitter items also. And then they tell you, my grandmother used to tell me, oh, life will have both ups and downs and all that. And then the child won't understand what is up and down. And some happiness will be there, some sadness also will be there. Oh, okay, correct. That happiness, sadness, I can understand. Okay, that's why they're making like this, they used to say. And very, very interesting. And so, dukkha mishritatvam is there. And then what? Then atrupti karatvam. Second deficiency of dharmartha kama is what? Atrupti karatvam. You're never satisfied. Okay, let's say there's no dukkha. Let's say there's no dukkha. Everything going well. But I am still not satisfied. I want more. Something is lacking. I am seeking. And the minute you say seeking, then whatever attracts me binds me also. Therefore, third limitation is going to be what? Bandhakatvam. What are the three things? First thing is dukkha mishritatvam. Second is atrutikaratvam. Third is bandhakatvam. Binds. That's it. Life is great. Everything is fine. If I say it is great, bandha is there very much, and everything seems to be in properly working. That's all is a problem. And otherwise, it takes only a little rain for things to just for me to get depressed. And so bandhakatvam is there. These are the problems. Therefore, from prayers, I have to look into what is shreyas and so-called spiritual, etc. And that is where any purnatvam that I have experienced. Happiness is experienced. Nobody is an alien to happiness. Everybody knows what happiness is. And I do so many things. I want so many things. Why? If I ask, I've never asked the question, but if I ask and you make the person probe and ask, then eventually it will come down to me. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Therefore, I say, now I understand Atma. And therefore, Bhagavad Gita Upanishad starts to make sense. And look inwards and all they say. But look inwards, they say, it's not enough. Simply saying look inwards is not enough. The clarity must be there. The limitations must be clear, crystal clear. Then automatically it drives you towards oneself, towards Bhagavan, towards Ishvara, okay, towards God. So therefore, what? Initially, world dependence, then God dependence. World dependence, God dependence. Then God helps me, and then sometimes he doesn't help me also. Wait a minute, I am depending on you completely. Now, why don't you help me? If I say, God also at some point will say, I can only give what is based on the karma and all that. And so I can't go against your own karma. So I'm doing my best. That's all he will say. So God also is somewhat, powerful, but not as powerful as I want him to be. That is a problem with God. And so then God says, yeah, that may be true, but you have to first you have to go a little beyond and ask yourself, karma is mithya, and so that mithya you will constantly get, and the punarjanma is always there, and you're going to be born again and again. This is what you want. If you say, then Jiveshwaraikyam. So, world dependence, God dependence, and then self dependence, because God is self. And then what? Self dependence, that word dependence seems a little, we could do better than that. And so, then self is full, self is complete, Purna. Self is not the body, therefore, self can be Purna. Correct? Yeah, so therefore, mam upetya, having gained me, Hey, but I thought I have to go to heaven to gain you. No, it's possible to gain me here itself, right now, wherever you are, you can gain me. Mam upetya, punarjanma na apnuvanti. Punarjanma, that person does not gain another life, punarjanma. And this up and down life comes to an end. Up and down. Why? Because up and down life comes to an end means what? So you look at all these, when you look at up and down, all these actors, actresses and all, they become so famous, some of them at least, right? They become so famous. And then after a while, you don't hear about them. Have you noticed this? I found it to be very interesting. And somebody is famous, and then life goes on. We all move on, and then you never think about them until you hear the news. So and so is in Breach Candy Hospital. I've never been there. Okay, I just read it in the newspaper. There must be a big hospital in Mumbai, I think, Breach Candy Hospital, right? So some famous person was admitted there, and then whatever, etc. So and then they're gone. Oh, last few days. So this is when you hear about them. So a lot of up and then finally down. Players, sports players also, sportsmen, sportswomen also, they become very famous. My God, this fame actors and these people, whether it is football or cricket or whatever, India cricket, and so Sachin Tendulkar, whatever, some anybody, so very famous and very a good player, of course. Then last a few weeks, it's been mostly zeros and ones. What happened, Sachin bhai? You've been having a bad patch, you've been having a bad patch. What happened? And then he says it's because of a bad pitch. Bad patch due to a bad pitch. Pitch means the where they throw the ball and they run on it, right? That is called a pitch. So he gives a reason for it. So everybody has a bad patch, I suppose. So this up and down is going to be constant, and another janma, better janma, I'm going to have. There, I think it will be much better. Krishna says there's such a thing doesn't exist. Punarjanma na vidyate. Only this recognition that you are not the body. Body and mind, if I take it to be Satyam, then this is up and down is going to be there. But if I take Atma to be Satyam, I can just enjoy whatever is happening. Traumatic situation. Maybe it's not traumatic. Maybe it's a tough situation, yeah. But why should it be traumatic? And is it possible for me to accept the situation? Am I resisting it for some reason? Okay, yeah. Then you find that I'm resisting it because I have so many other things to do and I don't want this unpleasant thing to happen. That's it. Then I become depressed, anxiety, all these things happen. So, Mamupetya Punarjanma na vidyate. And two more things he said, I think. Dukkhalayam and Ashashvatam. He says, this is Dukkhalayam, the samsara, that life where I have taken everything to be Satyam, that is going to be Dukkhalayam because it is not Satyam. Only if you take Satyam as Satyam, it will be Sukhalayam. Otherwise, it's going to be Dukkhalayam. Alayam means what? Alayam means a board, a repository, a mandiram, a temple of. Okay. So Vidyalayam means what? An abode of knowledge, a temple of knowledge. And then Devalayam is what? A temple of God, temple of Devas, temple of Devatas. So Devalayam. So therefore Dukkhalayam means what? Temple of Dukkha. This is a very harsh word he has used. Temple of Dukkha, Krishna. I don't think he's used this kind of a word before. So Dukkhalayam, he says that. And see, this if you look at a temple, Devalayam, there, Ramalayam, if you take Krishnalayam, Rama Prana Pratishtha is done. Prana Pratishtha means Rama is very much there in the temple. Very much there. It's no longer a piece of stone. Previously, the sculptor made it, Stapati made it, and at that time, it's all a sculpture of Rama. Okay, a sculpture of Rama. And then the Rama comes with the Kodandapani is there, everything is done. And then it is installed. Installed means physically placed there. Eyes are not open yet. Okay, the last job Stapati does is opens the eyes. And everything is set up, everything is there, temple is all ready. And the entire temple is constructed. His eyes are still not open. And then the Stapati opens the eyes. Now opens it. And what a difficult job it is. Can you imagine? The eyes have to appear looking forward. Suppose eyes look like this. How will it be? Can you imagine? Have you ever purchased a murti in a shop? The person is looking like this. No, it won't work. So it's so beautiful it is. And then that's it. Netron Milalam, and then the man falls at the feet of Rama. Why? Rama is there, right there. And then puja is done, etc. Rama is Prana Pratishtha will be done after that. And Prana Pratishtha means Prana is kept there. Therefore, then becomes Ramalayam. Therefore, no longer you can say yathasthanam pratishtapayami cannot be said. In our puja, we do that all the time. Hey, Ganesha, please come. Then at the puja is over, Ganesha, go back. We say that. But here, Pratishtha has been done. So he's always there. Rama is always there. Therefore, Ramalayam, Rama is always there. Dukkalayam, Dukka is always there. So, that is Dukkalayam here. And permanent source of Dukkam. Like that. So Ashashvatam also, one more word here is Ashashvatam means impermanent, fleeting, temporary, etc. Okay, and temporary means what? Whatever I get here, pleasant things are temporary. We should not translate this as Dukkhalayam. Source of Dukkha is temporary. That's nice to hear. Source of Dukkha is temporary. Hey, it'll pass. This too shall pass, right? Not that kind of statement here. Ashashvatam Dukkhalayam. It looks like that. No, whatever I get here is Ashashvatam. And also Dukkhalayam, source of Dukkha. And then what? So we saw that. Okay, what do they get? So what do these people, which people? Mam upetya, those who have gained me after doing all the previous things that have been said. So, Mahatmanaha, samsiddhim paramam gataha, etc. Those people, mam upetya, samsiddhim paramam gataha. Here, samsiddhim paramam gataha. Yeah, so they gain the ultimate end, samsiddhim. Paramam samsiddhim, ultimate. These are in quotations you have to put, ultimate. Ultimate is possible. Ultimate in time and space does not exist. By now you should be able to confidently say that. In time and space, namely, in terms of either going or getting something, accomplishing something, ultimate does not exist. You know why? Because there's always something better than that. There's always something better than that. Always something better. Could be better. They say, how are things? No complaints, could be better. No complaints, could be better. Look at that. He says no complaint, then he's complaining. Immediately he's complaining. Could be better. He's a complaint. No complaints. No complaints means gupchup rehna uske baad. Don't say anything after no complaints. So, paramam asam siddhim gataha. They are those who have gained shreyas. That is the meaning. So let's look at the translation here. Okay. Having reached me, comma, having reached me, the wise men or wise people do not gain another birth. Wise people do not gain another birth. So I did not mention that word, Mahatmanaha. Okay. So Mahatmanaha na apnuvanti. So na apnuvanti, do not gain, right? Do not gain this Dukkhalayam and Ashashvatam. They do not gain that. They are Mahatmanaha, right? That part I didn't mention. So, okay, wise people do not gain another birth, comma, which is the abode of misery, which is the abode of misery, and is finite. And is finite. Finite, Ashashvatam, finite. Semicolon. They have reached the ultimate end or ultimate success. Siddhi, sometimes they translate it as success. Having reached me, the wise people do not gain another birth, comma, which is the abode of misery and is finite, semicolon. They have reached the ultimate end. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you.